Hello, everybody. I just wanted to make a really quick video and touch base with you guys because I know we're going into a big month. A lot of us are in these fall classics and getting down on ourselves for maybe having a slow month last month or getting off to a slow start this month. And I wanted to tell you a few of the things that I do every single month, whether I'm having a good month or a bad month, in order to get me through and keep going. I think a lot of these things will kind of show you maybe what you're not doing, hopefully, and how the way that we take these slow months affect our next month, and so on and so on. So, the first thing that I do every single month, and I'm not saying I do it every day, but I do take days to do this, is I go on YouTube and I find big coaches that I look up to, like Andrea Crowder or Bonnie Engel, and I watch videos that they have made with tips, whether it be about Facebook or inviting or converting somebody to something, even if it's something I think I'm already good at. Like, I think I'm already pretty good at Facebook, but I just watched one today from Andrea Crowder and I was like, whoa, I'm doing this and this and this wrong and my wording is wrong. And it's, I'm always trying to learn from the people who have already mastered this because it's free training. It's on YouTube. Why not watch it? Why not try to better yourself? The next thing that I always do is personal development. And this, for a long time, I didn't do, and I lied and said I did do it. And the reason that I really decided to flip the switch is because I started getting really down and I started comparing myself to other people's success and I started feeling like, oh, well, I'm not doing that great and blah, blah, blah. And as soon as I started reading the personal development, I found that by starting my day off with that every single day, it made me more motivated to do the work. Whereas before it was like, oh, why do I even do that? It's not making any difference. Does it really matter if I don't do that small little, add this many people and hey girl, this many people? I'll just do extra tomorrow. But when you start the day off with something inspiring like that and you hear them say things like how the little things add up and stuff like that, it starts your day off right. And you're motivated to do those things. And I know this sounds like, well, duh, but then why don't you read personal development every day? Duh. So that's something that you really need to be doing. The times I do fake my smile. And what I mean by that is that there are months where I am struggling, and there are months where I'm like, oh crap, I'm not going to get Success Club. I have to do everything I need to get Success Club. And I'm like, this sucks. Like a few months ago, I had like Success Club 30. Like, what the hell? And there are months where it's like, ugh, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna be able to do this? Was this just a waste of a year? And then I'm like, no, you are going to do this. I look at how far I've come. Even I know some of you are newer coaches and it's like, yeah, you don't have all that behind you, but you also don't have the time behind you to be comparing yourself to someone else's journey. So sometimes you have to fake the smile and fake the confidence. And while maybe you struggle getting people to commit to a challenge group, you can't let that show. If when you're inviting people, you're kind of like, yeah, I hope you'll do it, or I really think you'll like it. And, I don't know, I think it might be helpful. And oh, I think you would like coaching. I mean, it's fun and I kind of do well and I'm kind of learning. Like, no, you have to talk like you have already succeeded in this business and that you know you're going to do it because you really need to know that. You cannot, if you're thinking about quitting, and if you're telling yourself right now, well, if I don't start doing better in a month or two, I'm going to stop this. That is going to be why you don't do better right now. You need to have the mindset that you're going to make this work. You're going to make whatever your income goals are with this. You're going to get to whatever your goal is with it. You're going to do it and you'll do whatever you need to do to get there. But if you already have that mindset that, well, if I don't, then I'll just stop, that portrays in every message you send, in every invite, in every post, in everything. Sometimes you need to fake the smile. You need to sit back and say, I will be a whatever your goal is. For me, sometimes I sit back and I say, I will be a top 10 coach. I will be the top coach one day. I will be in the Millionaires Club. That is where I want to be. So some days I have to sit back and literally like pep talk myself and pretend I'm already there, just to make myself feel better when I am feeling down. So I don't like, some of my coaches have had comments where they're like, well, I just can't seem to do this. And every single person that I've had is because I reached out and nobody's coming to me yet. And it's like, okay, I understand that's really frustrating. But the fact that you're showing, how down it's getting you might be a reason why that is happening. So we need to find ways to tweak what you're doing to change it. If one thing isn't working, then you've got to do it differently, because you're not the only person in the world who can't succeed at this. If there's other people out there who are succeeding, you can succeed. We just need to find the right path for you and the right niche for you and what's going to be good for you, because what's good for you isn't good for me. Some of you on here are on our team are in school. I'm not in school. Some of you on here aren't even dating anybody. I'm married and I have kids. So it's like we have totally different paths, and you need to find what's going to work best for you. The next thing that I do is I dig deep. If you scroll through my Facebook, a lot of my posts talk about the journey and how much has changed, and how Jackson saved my life and Beachbody saved my life and what it's given me, and I dig deep. And at first, when I first started doing that, I was super nervous. I was like, oh my God, people are going to think this is ridiculous, that my life has been changed so much by doing this, but really it has. And I think that it's sad that we all have no problem like being super dramatic about like the negative things in life, but when it comes to talking about good things, we're nervous that people are going to like laugh at our Facebook posts. Well, for months I posted those things and I got, like a pretty decent amount of followers. But it wasn't until this last, maybe 3-4 months where it's really like, if I dig deep like that, people respond, people comment. I have built up that following. The way I built it up is that they have watched me do it and do it and do it and do it and stick with it. Even when I was only getting 5 likes and a comment on a picture, I kept going. Now I put something up about a guy telling me I'm pretty in a grocery store and I get over 200 likes and like a ridiculous amount of comments, and people that I don't even know sharing it onto their Facebooks. Like I'm like this inspirational like celebrity that they're sharing stuff. Like it's kind of crazy. And because I remember posting something very similar to that when it happened to me about a year ago, and like all my best friends and my family liked it, So the point is that you have to start somewhere. And if you keep getting down that you're right here, that's where you're going to stay, and you're never going to move over here. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep doing the same things over and over and over. And all of a sudden you're going to turn around and be like, what? I've walked that far? And right now you don't feel like you're moving, but you are. And over the course of a few more months, you will turn around and you have come a long way. So just keep moving. The next thing that I do is I work on me and I prove it. So some of you are newer coaches and you're struggling with building that following and getting people to want to come to you for fitness help. Well, I looked back through my Facebook today from when I first started coaching, because I started coaching a year ago this month. So that's kind of neat. I looked back at my first Beachbody posts and they were kind of the same every single day. Eric and I had just started doing Insanity Max 30, and him and I literally posted a picture of us after every workout of that, 5-6 days a week when we did it. Posted a picture of us every single day after, with holding like a piece of paper with the time that we maxed out. And then I wrote something different, obviously, for each comment, like each post. So while now I look at that and I'm like, I would never do that every single day. I really think that me showing, like, I have started this and I mean it, and almost using my Facebook as like my personal challenge group, my personal accountability, where I showed the world that I worked out every single day, and showed them my results with that program. People followed it. And then it's like after we finished that Insanity Max 30 is when my business like really started to grow, because we started it in December. And then so that was like all of December and January, like in the middle of December, and then we got done with it in the middle of February. And then after February is when I started really like pushing to Diamond and like getting coaches and like growing my team and like having really big challenge groups and stuff. So I really think that people watched and were like, let's see if she sticks to this. And I think that the consistency of me putting up a picture of that every day and of my meals and stuff every day while a lot of people were like, oh my God, really? We know you worked out. The same people were also like looking and kind of jealous because they didn't. You've got to remember that the people who visit your Facebook page the most are people that are jealous of you or your haters. And usually when they've realized that they can't beat you, they join you. So while at first they're like, oh my God, we know, we get it. Eventually, when all of a sudden you're like looking fantastic and feeling fantastic and they're still sitting there being jealous, they end up being like, okay, what are you doing? Can I do it? That's how it usually works. Um, some of the people that have come to me and joined, I never would have thought. So, even if it feels like you're being repetitive, I need you guys to pick a program today. Pick whatever program it is that you are going to start, and I need you to post your before picture. And I need you to say, I'm doing this, I'm committing to this, and I can't wait to see the results. And then I need you to, on your Facebook, find creative ways to share every day that you worked out. Not just the same thing over and over, but creative ways to share your healthy meals, to share the recipes, to share that you substitute regular spaghetti with spaghetti squash spaghetti, whatever. That you made Chunky Monkey ice cream the healthy way instead of eating Chunky Monkey ice cream out at Dairy Queen. You share this, and I want you then to share your side-by-side results at the end. And even though you might get 2 likes on your workout picture, I guarantee you people are watching, and people will be amazed when they see your results and they feel like they were there for the whole thing. Basically, they're going to feel like, wow, I literally sat here and watched her do this every single day. I watched her post that picture every single day, and I just sat here and I gained 5 pounds. I could have been doing that with her in a challenge group. Duh. And then they end up joining. So I feel like that's the other thing that I really do is I work on me and I prove it. I prove it to people every single day that I'm still working out. I'm eating healthy. Yes, I cheat. I post about my wine and my pizza and whatever. And I prove it to people. I use my Facebook as my personal accountability page. And that is something that I think will help a lot of you also. Okay?